Welcome to Clipper TV and this episode of District Diamonds, a place where achievement is celebrated. And as Superintendent Parkinson would say, with P&E, pride and enthusiasm. I am your guest host, Teresa Thornton, and I'm here with two special guests, two Chester High alum, authors, and motivational speakers, affectionately known as the LoveByrds, Darlene and William Byrd. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Teresa, for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you here with us. I can't wait until our listeners hear about your story. Now, Darlene, you and your husband actually live in Atlanta.
We do.
But yet you're back at Chester High and teaching.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, let me tell you how I got here. I work for Cigna. I'm an engineer, a business processing engineer. And Cigna likes to show that their leaders are leaders at Cigna, but they're also leaders in the community. So they allow you to propose something that you would do to make the community better. And proposals are submitted. You do your research. They don't tell you what to do, how to do it, or where to do it. You just submit something that touches your heart, and you do all the research. You pull the stats, the numbers, the budget, how you would do it. And they select a few each year to be Cigna community ambassadors. So my proposal was selected. So for 2022, I am a Cigna community ambassador. I won the fellowship, which enables me to leave work for 3 months. I still get paid and everything, but go and do something to make the community better. Honored to be one of the Community Ambassador Fellows for 2022. My proposal that I submitted, while some people go overseas, over to a different country, and they just immerse themselves into the community, I chose to come to Chester High School and bring my skills, my abilities, my talents, everything that I can, my experiences back to the students. I'm here for the students to do it in what we are calling a leadership academy. Dr. Brown actually suggested some names. We all suggested names. We had the students to vote. So we're calling this the Real Bosses Academy, the Real Bosses Leadership Academy at Chester High School 2022. So I'm here for 3 months, for 90 days, fully immersed in bringing what I can to the students. So I'm an alum. My husband is an alum. I'm class of 83. I was class president. He was class of 82.
Class.
So together, we're here for 3 months, again, from Atlanta, here, actually living here. We're living in a hotel for 3 months, and we're doing all we can to give back to the students. But it's not just about me. My heart is that the students would see lots of alumni coming through here for them, sharing their skills, sharing their soft skills, sharing about their career. What do you do? What does it take to get to work where you work? What skills are required? And just some things that they wish they would have learned while they were sitting in these chairs at Chester High School. So my proposal with this academy was I can teach and I can train. I used to be a training manager for a bank, a large bank, where I traveled and did leadership development, executive training, and executive coaching and those things. But I can train, but it's not just about me. I want them to see all of these alumni who are cheering for them, all of these alumni who are also allies for the students. That's why I'm here.
What a wonderful way to put that. Alumni who are allies. That's great. Yeah. Now I want to move on a little bit to William. And can you tell us why you and your wife decided to be the author of this wonderful book, The LoveByrds Story? Can you tell us about that?
Well, the LoveByrds story itself is a vision that God gave me when I met Darlene. It entails a journey of, our love story and how we came to put it all together after God gave me the vision, what he put in my heart to bestow upon Darlene, which is all the love that I have for her.
And within your book, you talk a lot about relationships and how important relationships are. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So early on in the relationship, we kind of set a precedence on how we were going to, go about, being the LoveByrds. So we implemented a whole lot of assessment taking and a lot of just some stuff that would make our relationship the best it could be.
Mhm.
Because we got into the relationship with the idea that we were going to get an A at being husband and wife to each other. So we just began on that journey. And it's like I said, it stemmed from a vision that God gave me, something that he didn't give Darlene.
I wasn't
that she
seeing
didn't
it.
see.
I wasn't seeing it.
But he put in me that, this could be something wonderful and beautiful. And hence the LoveByrds story and all that we do.
Yeah.
And in writing the book, like you were saying, the love came naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But there was work that had to go
Oh,
behind
absolutely.
this in creating
Yeah.
the book.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the efforts that you had to put into?
Yeah, absolutely. So, a lot of it is just copycat models, but just putting our twist to it. Just doing the research. What makes a good relationship?
Yeah.
What do you need to do to sustain and have a working and lively relationship? The
Mhm.
date nights, the like I said, the assessments, the communication.
Mhm.
We honed in greatly on that
Mhm.
to, as we say, we wanted to get in there being husband and
Yeah.
wife to each other.
And
know?
also, we a lot of people were saying we're very, very different,
Mm-hmm.
and we're well known in our city for very different reasons.
Okay.
So the coming together part, some were with it, some were not seeing it. Like there's no way in the world, but everybody said, "You guys, this story is so unique. It is so incredible. You have to write the story. You have." So many people said, "You guys have to write the story."
Mhm.
So we decided to write the story.
Mm-hmm.
We used COVID, that downtime, that quarantine time,
Yes.
to get it done. So we were, we used that time wisely. We came out of COVID with a book that was being released. We actually told our story and had somebody write it. We
actually-
recorded it,
We recorded it.
the actual story,
Mhm.
and had somebody to type it up for us.
And then we went back and
yeah.
fine-tuned everything, got
Mhm.
everything in chronological order, and
Mhm.
kind of, made it
Into
flow.
the into
it
the
made it
book.
flow.
And
Made it into the book.
So another thing about the book is every chapter has his side of the story, and then it has my side of the story. So
Absolutely.
you get to see this coming up the wall from both angles. And then at the end of each chapter, there are some questions for you as an individual, whether you're in a relationship or not. Just for you to assess yourself. Who are you? What is it that you really need? What matters to you? What are your values? So it's a workbook as well as our love story. It was fun putting it together though.
really fun
We
putting it
enjoyed it,
together.
but it was
We
a lot
enjoyed
of work.
It was some work. It really was some work.
It
but
was
it was
work.
all worth it.
It
was all worth
absolutely
it.
was
Yes,
worth it. Work
absolutely.
that turned into a wonderful product. One
Yeah.
of the things that I liked most about the book is that obviously all the relationships are built on love, but those relationships carry into our work, into our friendships, into
Family.
our networking, into our family. Can
Absolutely.
you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So it's a love story,
Yeah,
but it
absolutely.
also talks about relationships, just
Absolutely.
relating to people, knowing who you are and what you bring to each relationship, knowing what your values are and how those values affect your relationships, how your responses affect your relationships. So it's for everybody, whether you're in a
Absolutely, for
relationship or not.
everybody. Yep.
And at the end of the day, it's also a wonderful love story. So we were
Yes.
able to mingle that all
Yes,
together
yes.
in a
Tells
unique way.
Great tale.
Yeah.
Tells a great tale.
And that wonderful love story, you've actually expanded into a podcast we were speaking about
Oh.
earlier. Tell us about that.
So we do a weekly podcast on Feel Good Talk.
Called
Conversations with the LoveByrds, where we love people and we love love.
Yes.
So the podcast actually stemmed from a podcast that I did with a gentleman earlier last year. I went on and told him a little bit about the book, a little bit about my journey, about what I do as far as my profession and career. And they called us back and they was like, we need to have both you and your wife on here. So from there, it just took off and it's been doing
Yeah.
really well.
They gave us our own
Yep, gave us
podcast.
our own podcast.
We share about needs. We share about communication. We share about red flags. We share about green flags. We share about assessments.
Yes.
We share a lot about just things that will enrich your relationship. We just finished a wonderful series where we brought other couples in and let them share their story. Some of these couples, for them, it was the second time around. Some of these couples found love later in life. and some were
married
just,
for life of
still in love.
years. Still in love.
That was a great segment. That was a great series.
47 years, I believe.
Yeah, that was a great
47
series.
years.
Wow, that
Yeah.
sounds wonderful. I want to thank you both so much for being here for us. Some final thoughts. As alum, what kind of advice or encouragement would you give to our current student body?
To the students or to the
To
alum?
the students,
To the students.
To the
This was
students.
first of all, I would tell them to stay in school. Get all you can out of school because it really will help you.
Yeah.
When you come to school, act like you're in school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be here because these people are here for you. They could be doing something else, but they're actually here for them. They're here for the students. So you
Yeah.
have to take that and really give some real deep thought into, people pouring into you and what they're trying to do. They're only here to better you.
Yeah.
So you have to take that to heart. Nobody's here to hurt you. They're here to see you thrive and succeed.
Yeah.
So I would tell them to just take it in and be a part of it. It's so exciting to be a part of, be a student. It's a great time in your life. You got to make it worth your while.
Yeah,
You have to make it worth your while. People can't make it worth your while. You have to do that. That's anything in life.
Yeah.
You know
They're
what I mean?
wonderful words
I
of
would,
advice.
I would tell the students something that we were chewing on this week. I was chewing on this week with the students in my lesson. I would say, get out of the back seat of your life and get in the driver's seat right now. You can determine where you're going to go. You can determine what your life is going to look like. This is the time to dream, to paint that picture, to set those long-term goals, and to start driving toward those goals. And that's what I would tell them. We as students, sometimes you think the world is going to happen for you or around you, or it's someone else's responsibility. You can blame others. No, you cannot. You can't get this time back. It's important. You're going to look back and wish you had done more. But the things you're learning now are going to help you be a good student. They're going to help you to be a good coworker. They're going to help you to be a good person in life. You have to get in the driver's seat.
Excellent words. And then on the adult side, what words of encouragement would you give to other alum who might be interested in sharing their talents?
Just get in there.
Yeah.
Get in there,
Yeah.
I know there's several friends of mine who are alumni, and they would love this opportunity. So I would say, do like me and my wife have done, and she's modeled something. We're doing some other stuff, trying to model some way. We just be inventive on how you can give back. We decided we were going to invent a way that we could give back. So I would just tell other alumni, get in there and invent something. Come up with something on a way that you can give back and be a part of this great and awesome journey.
Yeah. And I would say to the alumni, of course, we grow up, we go off, we live our lives, we have our families, we move around, we have our careers, and all that is wonderful. But if you can find a way to reach back and do what I call the great give back, find a way to do that. I mean, it doesn't have to be a big way, but just find your way.
Yep,
This is our way. It may not work for you, but there's other ways. These children need support. These children need mentoring. These children need stuff.
Yes.
Just stuff.
So
Let
much
me
has
just
been
call it
taken
stuff.
away from them,
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to start pouring it back into them.
They need emotional support. They need mental support. And it is my hope that through the community fellowship that I've established here at the high school, that alumni could come on in. They could come on in and share something that they've learned that will help these students move forward. I'm learning after being here several weeks that, their teachers love them, but it's like, we're from the outside world. We're from the real world to these students. Like, you guys are, you have real jobs. Not to, speak lowly of the students, of the teachers, but they see them all the time. So to see us come in and speak and share, it's like, no, your teacher is telling you right. That is not going to pass in the real world. This is what you need to do. These are the things that are going to get you there. They hear it in a different way. So for the alumni that can come back and share those experiences, it would just be great. Just find a way to do your little part.
Thank you so much. Before we go, I want to give a heartfelt thanks to our special guests, Darlene and William Byrd. It was just a pleasure sitting and speaking with you and learning about the different things that you do. And I want to thank you for all of the love and the service that you've given to the Chester Upland School District and the community as a whole.
It
Thank
really
you
is
so
our
much.
pleasure. It's our pleasure to be here.
I am your guest host, Teresa Thornton, and that ends this episode of District Diamonds. Thank you for watching Clipper TV.